On a somber day in August, tragedy struck the picturesque region of Wayanad in Kerala, India. The usually serene and lush green landscape was shrouded in an ominous overcast sky, hinting at the calamity that was about to unfold. A devastating landslide ripped through the terrain, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. The sheer force of the landslide was unimaginable, uprooting trees, displacing boulders and flattening everything in its path. The once familiar landscape was scarred with gaping wounds, a chilling testament to the raw power of nature unleashed. The earth itself seemed to cry out in pain, with deep fissures and craters marking the spots where the land had given way. The landslide, triggered by days of relentless rainfall, swept away homes and livelihoods in an instant. Families were left homeless, their possessions buried under tons of mud and debris, their lives changed forever in the blink of an eye. It was a stark reminder of the vulnerability of human life in the face of nature's fury. The community, once vibrant and bustling, now stood in shock, grappling with the enormity of the disaster that had befallen them. The air, thick with the smell of wet earth and the sounds of frantic rescue efforts, bore witness to the scale of the tragedy. Rescuers worked tirelessly, digging through the rubble, hoping to find survivors amidst the chaos. Their efforts, though heroic, were a somber reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable wrath of nature. Days of heavy rain preceded the devastating landslide in Wayanad. The earth, already saturated from the monsoon downpour, could absorb no more. The excess water seeped into the soil, weakening the already fragile slopes. The relentless rain continued, each drop pushing the region closer to the brink of disaster. The pressure on the saturated soil intensified, and finally the earth gave way. A torrent of mud, rocks and debris surged down the slopes, engulfing everything in its path. As the dust settled, a desperate search for survivors began. Rescue teams, including the Indian Army, raced against time to locate those trapped beneath the rubble. The air was thick with tension and the grim determination of those working tirelessly to save lives. Every hour brought a mix of sorrow and hope. Stories of miraculous escapes emerged, offering a glimmer of light amidst the darkness. Yet the death toll continued to rise, a stark reminder of the devastating power of the landslide. The missing remain a haunting reminder of the fragility of life. While the immediate cause of the Wayanad landslide was heavy rainfall, scientists and experts point to a more ominous underlying factor: climate change. The changing climate patterns, with their increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, are creating a world more prone to such disasters. The warming planet is disrupting weather patterns, leading to more frequent and intense rainfall in many parts of the world. This, coupled with deforestation and other forms of environmental degradation, is creating a perfect storm for landslides and other climate-related disasters. Echoes of disaster: the Himachal Pradesh cloudburst. The Wayanad landslide is not an isolated incident. Just weeks before, a similar tragedy unfolded in the northern Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. A cloudburst, another extreme weather event intensified by climate change, wreaked havoc in the region. Flash floods and landslides triggered by the cloudburst left a trail of destruction, claiming lives and destroying homes and infrastructure. These events serve as stark reminders of the growing threat of climate change and the urgent need for action. Our poisoned planet, unraveling the causes of climate change. The primary driver of climate change is the increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere. These gases, primarily carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, trap heat from the sun, causing the planet to warm. Human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels for energy, are the main contributors to greenhouse gas emissions. Deforestation, industrial processes and agriculture also release significant amounts of these gases into the atmosphere. The consequences of our actions are now being felt across the globe. A world on the brink of collapse, the dire consequences of inaction are becoming increasingly evident. The impacts of climate change are far-reaching and devastating, affecting every corner of our planet. Rising global temperatures are causing glaciers to melt at alarming rates, contributing to rising sea levels and threatening coastal communities. These changes are not just statistics, they are real and happening now. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts and heat waves are becoming more frequent and intense, leaving destruction in their wake. The consequences of inaction are dire and far-reaching, affecting not just the environment but also human lives and livelihoods. Failure to address climate change will result in more frequent and severe natural disasters, mass displacement of people, food and water shortages, and widespread economic disruption. The cost of inaction is too high to ignore. We are at a critical juncture, a point where our decisions will shape the future. The choices we make today will determine the fate of our planet. It is up to us to act now to ensure a sustainable and livable world for future generations. A fragile hope, the path to healing our planet. While the situation is dire, it is not hopeless. We have the knowledge and the tools to mitigate climate change and build a more sustainable future. The transition to a low-carbon economy requires a fundamental shift in our energy systems, transportation and consumption patterns. Investing in renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power is crucial to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Promoting energy efficiency, sustainable transportation and responsible consumption habits are equally important. We must act now with urgency and determination to protect our planet for future generations. United we stand lessons from the Montreal Protocol. The Montreal Protocol, a global agreement signed in 1987 to phase out ozone-depleting substances, stands as a testament to the power of international cooperation in addressing environmental challenges. The protocol, hailed as one of the most successful environmental treaties ever negotiated, has successfully reversed the damage to the ozone layer. The Montreal Protocol demonstrates that collective action, guided by science and a shared sense of responsibility, can achieve remarkable results. It serves as a beacon of hope and a model for future environmental agreements, including those aimed at tackling climate change. Our call to action, securing a future for generations to come. This is not just a slogan, but a mission that requires the collective effort of every individual, community and nation. The Wayanad landslide and countless other climate-related disasters serve as stark reminders of the urgency of our situation. These events are not isolated incidents, but part of a growing pattern of environmental degradation that threatens our very existence. We can no longer afford to be passive observers in the face of this global crisis. It is imperative that we take proactive steps to mitigate the effects of climate change and work towards a sustainable future. The time for action is now. Every moment we delay, the more we jeopardize the health of our planet and the well-being of future generations. We must demand that our leaders take concrete steps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, invest in renewable energy, and protect our environment. Policies must be enacted that prioritize the health of our planet over short-term economic gains. We must hold corporations accountable for their role in polluting our planet. Corporate responsibility is crucial in the fight against climate change, and we must push for transparency and sustainable practices. We must make sustainable choices in our daily lives. Simple actions like recycling, reducing waste, and supporting local, eco-friendly businesses can make a significant impact. The fight against climate change is a fight for our future. It is a battle that requires the involvement of everyone, from young children planting trees to volunteers cleaning our beaches. It is a fight for the future of our planet and the generations to come. We must ensure that our children inherit a world that is not only livable but thriving, with natural beauty and resources. Let us rise to the challenge with courage, determination, and an unwavering commitment to creating a just and sustainable world for all. Together, we can make a difference and secure a future that is bright and hopeful for generations to come.